Um, how's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, and Chris says he's only at work, so he's texting only. So he's always got a good smile on his face.
You sent me the wrong T-shirt.
I didn't send that to you. They're coming, and I didn't quite get 30, so I had to come up with more money, but such is life. But I didn't want you guys to wait too long. Whoever ordered shirts.
So tell us all about the Variax then.
Oh man, I love it. What do you like? You like yours, right?
No, I don't like mine.
You don't?
No,
What don't you like about it?
it's a nice guitar. The pickups are okay, but the simulations they just sound a bit thin and weak to me. And if I A/B it to my PRS, the PRS just blows it away.
Did you use the software?
Yeah, I'm running the latest software. Made a few tweaks. Chad Husky gave me some tips. But I just don't get such a. I mean, I want like a Strat sound, a Les Paul sound, acoustic sound, and the PRS gives me those three things, and the Variax can give me those three things, but I just find them a little bit synthetic
Huh?
compared to the PRS, you know.
Yeah. Weird. Well, um, I don't know. I like it, but what I do is if I don't like some of the tones that I'm getting off of it, I raise up the level. So let me show you.
So you've tweaked a lot in Workbench.
Yeah, I go in Workbench and let me present to everyone. And like I've got this set of custom the custom ones that are in red here. And if you'll look at it, hold on. If you'll look at it, I've bumped the decibel levels of the models up just a
Are you
little bit.
running the latest firmware on the guitar?
Yeah. I mean, I can check that real quick. Let me turn this off. Stop. There we are. I'm going to check that with Monkey, but if I can find Monkey. Come on, Monkey. Um,
I tried rolling back the old firmware 1.7. The
yeah.
acoustic Strat seemed better, but the Les Paul seemed worse. So I just went with the latest ones. I think if I tweak it like you have, it will be better. But I was kind of just hanging on to it and hoping they add Workbench functionality through Helix, so it's easier to tweak it all and all that kind of good stuff. You know, just have it as a toy. Just see if they add stuff to Helix for it. Some more stuff.
Okay. Well, I apparently do not have. I'm on 2.10. There's 2.221. So
All right. Same sounds though.
same sounds. Okay. Anyway, well, I'll do that right now anyway. But yeah. Well, maybe it's just a level thing. I don't know.
Could be, or even making custom guitars would be kind of cool. But you can't do it with, you can't audition it through the Helix while you're playing it, can you? Or can you with the quarter-inch cable?
Yeah. That's not a problem. You just
Okay.
do the quarter inch. In fact, in order to have the Variax onto the little network thing, you have to have a cable in there anyway. So
Yeah, true. It would be good when they add the Helix to do that through Workbench. That would be useful.
that would be useful. Yeah.
So I'm just keeping it as a work in progress.
Okay. Well, I like it. You know, I'm not just being a fanboy. I actually like the tones, so I was able to get some pretty decent tones, but you know, acoustically, I I didn't use any. in my patch here, I'm not using any IRs or any amplification. I'm literally just sending the sound through with a compressor and a volume boost, a gain boost. No speakers, a little reverb, and a little delay. I think it sounds great. If you start adding IRs or something, I don't know. I don't think they make it sound better.
So how do you think the Strat sounds on that compared to your Strat?
When there's enough volume, when you raise the volume up a little bit, frankly, I find them about the same. I mean, but my last, I didn't do it this time, but my last one, I A/B'd it back and forth, and the Variax was quieter.
Yeah, that's the good thing. There's no hum. That's really cool.
And well, I mean, quieter. It was just the lower.
Oh,
right. I raised the level up, and it's to me it sounded spot on. But I mean, maybe not as good in that between three, the middle and the neck. You know what I'm talking about? That midway in the Strat.
Yeah, the in-between sounds.
Yeah. Hey,
And
Arnie.
how heavy is that? People were saying the guitar is very heavy. Is that heavy?
It's not as heavy as my Les Paul. My Les Paul's 11 pounds. It's about 8.
And the pickup sound?
Oh, yeah, the pickups sound great, and I was able to get the Variax pickups to sound just like the Mags, really close.
Wow.
So,
cool.
yeah, so I don't know. I find them pretty. I find them pretty comparable. So maybe it's just a volume level.
You have your own people working for you now, eh?
Oh yeah, my son. Yeah, he can bring me. So yeah. So give those a try. And then Brock, you said something.
I said, you mean my Les Paul?
Huh? Oh yeah.
Yeah, my Les Paul, Brock Les Paul.
Yeah, the Brock.
Everybody agrees. Don't that belongs to me? Come on, it says Brock.
It's a Brock. Hey, there we go. Here's.
Is that the trade?
Huh?
Is that the trade? You're trading that?
No. It just says Brock on it. See? Yeah, a friend of mine named Brock. He built it. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So here, you know. And I'll be honest with you. This you notice there's no straps on it. It's literally since I got the Variax, it's hanging on the wall.
How many guitars have you got?
I have that one, the Variax, the 2 on the wall back there, and then this junker right there with the faux Floyd Rose. So.
Well, we'll see. I mean, my PRS is a $4,000 guitar. It's a great guitar.
Well, yeah.
The Variax obviously needs tweaking, like the Helix does, you know.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's hard to compare a $4,000 guitar to a $1,000 guitar. So.
Yeah.
Hey, Aaron, did you get that tuning stuff situated?
Right, I did, and I spoke to PRS today as well, and the guy said you shouldn't have to do anything to intonate a PRS, but he understood that tuning the strings down would help because it allows the saddle to move freely. So he agreed with that. But he also, I think the guy that did my setup just wasn't very good, so I'm taking it for another setup with another guy next week. But I am able to intonate it now, which is a good thing.
How's it going?
That's good.
Yeah, I got a lot of different advice last night.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hold on, I'm gonna mute Chris. He's mute. He's at work. There we go. He's muted. So everybody liking the Helix? They doing good on the Helix? Getting your patches in order, people? Any questions?
Yeah, the new snapshots with the version 2 is fabulous.
You like the snapshots? Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Any problems you having, Arnie? You got any problems?
No, I'm just checking in. It's a bit a funny situation. I'm a former Line 6 employee. I used to work there. I love the company. And I'm the one who actually designed the whole Firehawk 1500 thing.
Oh,
wow.
I just saw this chat and I was just listening in just out of interest how things are going. So I don't want to disturb anything. I was really just generally interested in how it's going.
so yeah, I've got my Firehawk sitting right there,
Yeah.
and I have well, let me show you. I have added some mods to it. I put handles on it like
Yeah.
the AC
30.
30s, and then I put corners on it.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, there's no no putting it any differently than the thing is heavy. Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah. So because you helped design it, so tell us. This is fascinating. Talk about it if you can. Are you out of an NDA, or don't talk about the secret stuff? But
No, that's the thing. I work on a new project for myself now, but I can tell some things. So
great. Let us know. I'd love to hear.
yeah, what was most interesting for me was to implement the whole wet dry wet thing,
I
because
love it.
we didn't get such a big chance to talk about it publicly at Line 6 because it's a bit a low number product. We knew that all along. I knew that all along because it's large, it's expensive, heavy. So there's just a special case customer, and so we couldn't get so much attention from people. So I never got to explain what's going on there. But it happens automatically. What was interesting for me was the challenge, because if you look at it at the signal path, and if you're within the unit itself, if you're not connecting external gear, you always get the dry signal in the center.
Yes.
And the wet and stereo signals in the stereo speakers.
Right.
And that sounds so simple, but if you think about it, any effect that's in the chain, any reverb, any delay, anything that's a stereo effect, you still have a slider to adjust wet and dry, right?
Right.
So when you adjust that, usually when you do that, when you build your own wet dry wet with pedals or with a Helix or with a Variax effects, it doesn't matter. When you build that, you run into the problem that when you adjust wet and dry, that you end up feeding a dry signal into the stereo system.
Right.
Because if you want less wet, you just adjust the mix, and then you're mixing in dry signal into the wet signal. So on the Firehawk 1500, we actually went ahead and implemented something super smart that works, because nobody complained about volumes being off. When you adjust the wet-dry slider, what actually happens is that it adjusts the wet level and then adjusts the overall dry level in the other signal chain so that your volume stays correct.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and that's something I was really, really interested in and worked on for a long time, and it was a big deal. And it's so funny that's one of the reasons why I was checking in. I was wanting to see if anybody realized what we did there, that it's actually a chain that automatically adjusts all these levels for you, where when you set up your own wet dry wet rig, that usually doesn't. I mean, I mix also shows as a front of house engineer. For example, on Sunday I'm going to Pittsburgh with Lee Rittenauer and Tom Kennedy, and Lee has a wet dry wet rig with actual 2 Fender Twins and 1 Mesa Boogie in the center. It's a big deal. The whole thing is super huge and loud. So for me, it's sometimes a problem in smaller clubs with all these amps. It's pretty loud.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is that with that setup, we are very careful with the patches. Like I always tell him that you can't use that patch. The level's jumping, and the stereo spread is changing, and all that. And that's since you asked what I was wanting to talk about concerning the Firehawk 1500, I found it interesting to develop that signal chain where you have a wet and a dry chain, where when you adjust the mix levels, both signal chains react
Right.
to each other in a way that's natural. And yeah, that's what I can say. What I probably
Now,
most, yeah.
now when you hook the Helix up to the Firehawk, and you're sending in that signal into the main inputs on the
Hmm.
back,
Yeah,
doesn't that also do some wet, dry, wet wizardry a little bit?
it does. Yeah, no, it totally works. It's just the thing that in the Helix, of course, you want to set up one chain with where you get to an amp and a cap.
Yes.
Then you split off, or before that, or wherever you want, you split off and create a stereo chain where
Yes.
your stereo effects go in. Then the dry chain you route to any output, and that goes into the guitar input.
Yep.
The wet chain you route to whatever output you like, and take these two stereos and put them into the monitor ins,
Yep.
and then you're technically set up correctly.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I did, and I actually was able to take when I first got it and use the effects loop and go in and out and come out. So I was able to go and insert like the auto swell, and I was able to put it inside of the path of the Helix, use it, route it back into the Firehawk, and get wet,
Yeah.
dry, wet, but also be able to use some of the effects out of the Firehawk. So
Yeah, that's fair. The effects loops, they are in the stereo path, so that's completely cool. Anyway, I don't want to derail this group. I just
no, this was not
No,
derailed.
this is perfect.
All part of it.
Yeah, so that's the mono stereo stuff, and yeah, I just found it super interesting because for me, as not only a musician but also a sound guy, it's so cool to be able to get that in smaller packages because I wonder, usually when you play live, I mean, it's mono, right? Do
Right.
many of you go stereo?
I I when I use actually the Firehawk
Uh-huh.
and the Helix. The Helix goes in the Firehawk, and then I go out of the XLR out and go to a stereo front of house.
Hmm.
So yeah, I still use it. But the question I have is, I haven't been able to figure out how to rename patches as you save it. Can that be done on without the app?
Let me think. It's been a while. No, to rename you do need the app.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was sitting there for probably an hour going, well, if I
Yeah.
twist, no, there was no way to. Okay, that saves it. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, well, fantastic. Thanks, Arnie. I'm glad you came in and shared that. That's really good. What the other thing is the three volume controls.
Yeah.
You've got your red, which is your overall volume. Then you've got the white, which is the guitar MP3 mix, and then the amp volume, that's the amp channel, which is pink.
Yeah.
So,
So for your everyday use, all you should care about
is the red one.
is the red one because the white one is actually your channel volume. So it can be useful. So it's not the guitar volume. You might think that because on the smaller amplify ones, it is the guitar volume, but we changed that. So the white one on the Firehawk is actually the channel volume, which is the volume of the amp block that you directly change there. It doesn't really make a difference in most patches, but it could be that there is an amp model that reacts differently to its output volume.
Nice.
Yep.
Um, Well, thank you, Arnie.
Sure.
I appreciate that. Sorry, I get a little distracted. Uh, so, so many people contacting me. Thanks, Chris.
I really want one, but I got the Helix to downsize, so I'm still looking for something smaller that will do something similar, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you have two small monitors and do a stereo setup, that's pretty cool too. It's not this exact same thing because with the wet dry wet setup, what I like about it is that you can actually keep your wet signal in very different places because you know the ears and the brain have an ability to locate a sound, and if the dry sound comes from one location in space and the wet signal comes from somewhere else, you can actually hear much more clear what you're doing. So even with a lot of effect, when you play, it's still not as washed out. You still are more connected to your fingers, you know, because there's that dry signal that you can separate from the rest. But if that warrants a 70-pound setup and a lot of money, I'm not sure. That's up to you, you know.
Yeah. Well, when you compare what it can do, I thought it was pretty reasonable. I mean, a lot of people were getting the Friedmans for the Helix, and that's like 54 pounds. So, and it's a little awkward from what I've heard because of the angle that it sits at.
Yeah,
And you know, and there's no wet dry wet, and
to do that, you would need 3 of those. So
exactly. So how much weight is that?
yeah.
So.
Is there another Line 6 amp that's comparable, like without dry wet?
Don't want to advertise too much for Line 6 here, especially since I don't work there anymore. But the L2s, I think they're actually really great. I'm biased. I was the product manager for those two. They're sort of also my babies. But with all bias aside, I think they're great speakers and they have a good size. And
so they're heavy too, right? They're pretty heavy as well, aren't they? They're comparable in weight, or they're lighter?
No, they're pretty heavy.
They are, if you compare them to plastic speakers, they are pretty heavy. They have a wooden enclosure. I don't know what exactly where they land.
They were like 58 pounds, I thought, or somewhere in there. They're pretty heavy. I remember I had the L3T, and I thought this is ridiculously heavy. So.
The L3s are very heavy. Yeah, the L2s. I'm just looking it up. They're 40 pounds.
Yeah.
So that's manageable. I've carried 2 of those, one left, one right, quite a bit, and it's okay. It's not really fun, but it's okay.
So Arnie, what are you doing now?
I work for a company, a small startup, and what we do has nothing to do with the Line 6 stuff. We're making a MIDI controller that you can play on in different styles. It's called Audiphone, and has a touch-sensitive board here where you can play all sorts of things.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, but doesn't really contribute to this group here. It's not really a guitar thing.
Well, listen, this group though is a group that cares about people that come here, so that's not a problem. It's zero problem. Zero problem. I don't work for Line 6. I would like to work for Line 6. I spend a lot of time. So
it's a great company. So when I said I don't work there anymore, I want to add that I still love them. I still talk to them. We're still friends. They're awesome. It's a really good place.
Oh yeah, I agree. From what I can tell so far, it's.
So I just want to explain about the L2T speakers if you're interested.
Yeah.
There's an advantage if you play guitar because the T version has a 2-channel mixer on the side. So if you have a small gig where you also want to sing or plug in something else, you can plug in a microphone and an acoustic guitar, for example. That works really well. So depending on what you're doing, if you also use acoustic guitars, then there is an advantage in an L2. Other than that, I mean, there are many speakers that sound good. So they're not the only good sounding speakers, but I like how they sound, and I think the acoustic guitar input and microphone input could be useful if you're looking for a speaker. Yeah. So how's the new Helix 2.0 going over for you guys?
Oh man, we love it.
I thought so.
Yeah, yeah. It's incredible. Did you do any work on the Helix at all, or?
Indirectly, like Helix was never my product, but I
Yeah.
was door to door with Eric, and we were hanging out all day. So by
Yeah.
osmosis, sure I did, but
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's I've had it since just about I think we're getting close to a year, and I started the Facebook group over a year ago, and it's got I gotta say it's a game changer. And it was good. It was good before 2.0, but now with the snapshots and the effects are top notch, and it sure looks like Line 6 just really cares about their products. You know,
oh, they do.
yeah.
I've been in the middle of all of that. I can guarantee you they do. Yes.
Yeah. So it's refreshing to see a company do that. So hey, Gary, how's it going, Gary? You gonna talk to us? He might be quiet. Okay. Anyway, you were gonna say something, Arnie?
I'm fine, Chad. I was just having to reboot because of a sound card problem.
Oh, okay. Good. Just wanted to make sure you're still awake.
Still there, yeah. It's only just before midnight in the UK, so no problem.
Okay. Yeah. Well, good. I picked a good time. So, so Arnie, where you live? You live in California still, or?
Yeah, I'm still in LA. The company's in Nashville I work with, but I could agree that I stay here in LA. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Nashville, but I'm not moving at the moment.
I hear it's a little humid at times.
Yeah, that's one thing. Yes. On the other hand, I mean, if it's about the music, then Nashville is definitely
Oh
a
yeah.
very good place. Can only recommend a trip there to anyone who wants to hear some music. Like every time I've been there to work, it always ended up in some place where I heard some great live music. And it doesn't matter what, bluegrass or country or rock or whatever, it was always good, you know. So
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, at least I wasn't playing there, because then you could say, "Oh, it's bad." So, yeah, I got this Variax and I like it. Aaron is on the fence about it, but he's comparing it to a $4,000 PRS.
yeah, well, I can see that. I mean, the Variax is of course not a $4,000 guitar,
Yeah.
and I mean that discussion is quite obvious. That why can't you take the Variax brains and put it in any guitar? That's what I'm always wondering about. I mean, I know why, because it's of course not something a company can offer easily as a product, because everybody would have to find out guitar by guitar how to do it.
Right.
But I'm just putting this out there. People have done that. They bought a Variax, gutted it, and put all the pickups and brains into another guitar.
Yeah. Well, I actually find that the build quality on the James Tylers are phenomenal. I don't think I like the Yamaha Pacifica models and the like, but so I have this one, and I have to say I had another one, and this is just as good.
That looks nice.
And yeah, it looks nice. It's weighty. It feels well constructed. Nothing is. I don't know. It's a fantastic guitar.
Yeah, I've done that experiment, and I took a JTV to some of the jazz people I work with that have hundreds of thousands of dollars expensive guitars they play, and I asked them, "What do you think about this guitar?" Their answer was usually, "Yeah, well, it's a good guitar for that range. You know, they wouldn't be their guitar to play on the stage, but it's a good guitar.
Yes, I wouldn't have a problem playing it on stage.
Did you ever play the USA version?
Huh?
Did any of you guys ever play the USA custom version, the more expensive
Yeah,
one?
it's. I mean, I should be careful because I used to work for Line 6, so I don't want to make any judgments here. It is made a bit differently, but the difference isn't that big. So if you have the standard one, it's pretty much there, I think. Do you
Yeah,
want to?
I haven't touched the actual USA made one, but um, I also come from my first. See, I got this custom made, and I have that Strat back there. Those are custom made guitars, and they're very, very well made. But my last guitar before I got this Brock Les Paul that I've got here was a Samick. It was a Samick Artist Series, and then I had the Gibson control board and the 490T and the 498R, or backwards, I don't know, but the Gibson pickups put in there, and the guitar played nice, and it was a Samick, and Samick is the biggest Korean manufacturer of guitars. I mean, they make a lot of models, not just Samick, but they make I think they make Epiphone. Samick, I think, makes Epiphone and the like, and they're great guitars. And this James Tyler Variax, both of them that I've had, are better built, better quality than the Epiphones and the Samicks and everything that I've had, even though they're made in Korea.
I mean, the Korean factories, they have come a long way. I mean, they've sort of specialized in making guitars. They're doing it for quite some time. I think it's no surprise that they're making good guitars now. After,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and so when I see an really expensive guitar, I'm sure the quality is worth it. I'm sure that it's, but I'm not that great, so I don't, I can sound bad on $1,000 guitar. I can sound bad on a $4,000 guitar.
I've owned so many really expensive acoustic guitars, and now I play a Rain Song carbon fiber guitar. It's like $800, and I love it.
I can confirm that if you listen to the sound. I have mixed like hundreds of shows with an acoustic guitar, flamenco style Spanish band that came with all sorts of guitars, and sometimes they brought their real expensive guitars that are tens of thousands, and sometimes not. And at the end, I realized the best time for the live sound to make it work, I usually had with the mid-range Yamahas that were not the most expensive, but around $1,200 Yamaha acoustics. Those were great. Where sometimes with the master guitars, sometimes I actually had trouble with the sound. It's interesting how the price is not always telling you what's better for you.
Yeah, I've played some Martin guitars, and I'll be honest with you, I actually I had a $99 Epiphone acoustic guitar, and man, I loved the tone. The tone was great, and I went in and I played, at least great to my ear, and I went in and I played a Martin, and I was like, yeah. Martins sound good. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying I can't justify the cost difference. I mean, I can definitely see going from a $100 guitar to a $500 or an $800 guitar but going from an $800 to a $5,000 acoustic.
You do pay for the name like everything else, but also you need to get it set up for you. You get the strings on there you like. Play it in a little bit. So that's the thing. Like my JTV, maybe I haven't even restrung it yet. Maybe I need to put my strings on there, have it set up, I'm not really giving it a chance.
Yeah, and again, that little trick I told you about raising the output of the piezo pickup in the HD workbench, because then that'll put the sound more at level as to what you're normally hearing. So I think that'll help. But definitely change the strings. Yeah,
you've got to get used to any guitar, and the convenience is awesome, because a JTV and the Helix for a cover band is a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't beat that.
So, what else do people want to talk about? Aaron, you gotta have questions. Come on.
No, well, I'm not. I tell you what, I'm not using snapshots anymore. But that's not really how I do things. I just have it. I have mine laid out like a regular a small pedal board,
Yeah, and in the manual itself it says if you don't need to, then you don't use them. You don't have to. And you've got the way you want to do it. That's what I like about the Helix is it's okay. Use it the way you want to use it. I want to use it a different way. It's okay. Use it a different way. But I want to just use it as a pedal board. That's okay too. And I'm glad that they thought about all the options. And there's a few things I would like to add, but I think those will come in time.
I think.
Yeah, I gave up on the. I was trying to do all the vocal processing and everything. I kind of gave up on that and thought I'll just leave it as process.
Can I ask what signal chain you used for vocals? Like how you tried to do it?
Well, the thing with me is my PRS has a dual output. I kind of gave up on that. So I was processing the electric and the acoustic, and then I was running another part for the mic. Well, the thing with me is my PRS has a dual output. I kind of gave up on that. So I was processing the electric and the acoustic, and then I was running another part for the mic. Well, the thing with me is my PRS has a dual output. I kind of gave up on that. So I was oh, who's that going? And I was running another part for the mic. Well, the thing with me is my PRS has a dual output.
Wow, we got a.
That's better. We got a
delay feedback.
Hey, Mike, you gotta use headphones. I muted you because we were hearing crosstalk. We can't hear you.
Yeah, I got you, Aaron. So it was basically just too complex setup that you didn't. That's why you didn't do it anymore.
No, it works. I hadn't tried it at a gig. It does work. I was processing the electric, the acoustic, the vocal. I even used the harmonizer on the vocal, thinking I could do all that TC Helicon stuff. But I then soon realized that I can't, because it doesn't know the difference between, you'd have to program the scale and the mode and everything for every single song, and I can't be bothered. So in the end, I thought, well, I'm trying to just take the Helix and 2 speakers and run everything from my Helix. But most times I'll probably want a mixer anyway, so let me just plug into the mixer.
Yeah.
I'm still working on my guitar sounds. I don't want to get too bogged down with running everything. But you can do it, and it sounded good. I put a video on our group. I did a loop of acoustic, played some lead over it, and sang with harmony, all from one patch.
That makes sense then. I mean, it's maybe just a distraction then to process your vocals as well if you have so much to do with the other stuff. There is a little box from TC where you can harmonize, and it has a MIDI input, so you can send a MIDI note to determine what your key is, and then to process your vocals as well if you.
I've got a Boss harmonizer I use for solo gigs. And Chad Boston on the group told me how to set up the Helix to control it, so I could turn the harmonies on from the Helix and patch it in. But I like things simple, so it's really cool you can do all this stuff. But most times I just want to plug and play, and I don't know if I even want the harmony. I'm still exploring, but you can definitely do it all. I mean, we were saying we'd really like it if TC added more of that vocal stuff, like TC Helicon do, but I don't know if they'll go down that route.
Now,
Yeah.
TC Helicon has a fairly inexpensive microphone mount unit that takes all the good stuff that was like in the Voice Live series, puts it in a little unit. It's called Perform V. It's $200. It'll have the harmonies. You can, like the TC Helicon stuff that you can beam stuff there. So
It doesn't read guitar chords.
yes,
That's much better.
yes.
Sorry, I had another window open of you guys talking, and it was just looping. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So yeah. So for the $200, it has a microphone that hears the chord changes.
What's that?
The Perform V from TC Helicon for voice.
Oh.
Well, I have a play acoustic, and Chad Boston, he told me he's got a video up of how to do Variax acoustic, electric, do your vocal effects, distortion, delay on your voice, patch in a TC pedal, control it with the Helix. You can do all of that stuff. I just want to travel light. That's all. I don't want to take all these extra things with me.
Yeah.
That's just laziness. But it's really cool. You can control other stuff from the Helix like that.
Was that Chad Husky or Chad?
Oh, Chad Husky. Yeah. Not
Where's
you.
Chad Husky?
He's not here.
Oh. He's a heck of a guitar player.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He has a Variax too.
Okay, it was great checking in. I have to go, but it
Thanks,
was
Arnie.
great to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Come again. He's gone.
Thank God.
That was cool.
That was really cool having him here and talking about the Firehawk like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, little bits of nuggets every time we do these. So.
That was great. Now I want a Firehawk. That's just too heavy for me.
Yeah.
I've got this. I keep asking people about this, and no one replies to my messages. I've got one of these. You seen these?
I have, yes.
Sounds pretty good. I haven't gigged with it, but it sounds good in my bedroom.
Yeah, that it does.
I think it would do a small gig.
I think so.
And then you patch that into the PA,
I had some pretty loud sounds when I had the HD 500. I had the Fender Mustang, 2, or even the 1. I can't remember, and it was loud. I could get it loud. It was pretty loud. Kept up with the drummer.
Just for stage, and then go to the monitor as well.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that Firehawk thing sounds incredible.
It's amazing. I just got one, and it's blowing my mind.
Oh, you have it too?
Yeah, I can't say enough about it. I just sold the Vox AC30 and a Royer microphone to get it.
Wow. So the Helix sounds great through it. You don't, or do you use the internal?
Helix and the Variax and the Firehawk. You don't need anything else. Ever.
Wow.
Ever.
Yeah.
No more gas.
Yeah. Looks like you got a lot of gas behind you.
Oh, I got plenty of it, buddy. I'm full of it. and it ain't pretty, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm selling all my junk and just keeping the Line 6 stuff.
Yeah, I've got that right too. That's a good feeling.
Yeah, but I don't play out though. So I use it for recording purposes only.
Right. If I live in a house and can play loud, I'd have a Firehawk immediately. But I live in a New York apartment and need to travel around with it a lot, so it's not ideal for me.
Chris, Veritech, he says I see Michael drank the Line 6 Kool-Aid as much as he has.
Oh yeah, and I've taken the chocolate wafers too.
So,
but I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
open up the Workbench to get that patch that you sent me.
Yeah.
And it's telling me I have to have Java 6. So I downloaded Java 6 and installed it, and now, oh, okay, it works. Never mind. Never mind.
Okay.
Are
I'm
you
not going
sending?
to shut up tonight because I know I won't.
Did you send him your Workbench collection?
No. I have the Workbench, but it says to run line 6 monkey. Do I need that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Because I haven't set it up on this other computer yet. Last time I used it was when I was living elsewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, it actually feels good to be content and have the gear. Oh man, that thing's beautiful.
I love that. That
Dude,
looks
that's
really,
nice.
that looks like my POS.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
How do you go to the in-between sounds on the Strat? There's only a 3-way selector.
Oh, there's a little button. You press it right here. Right here.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So.
How's the neck on that thing?
It's like a baseball bat, like I like.
No.
Yeah. So it. When you turn it on and you've got this white light right here, so this works like top, middle, and bottom, right?
Yeah.
When you hit this, you still have middle, but it turns blue, and then you've got the in between, the 2 in between sounds.
Oh wow.
So it's not too difficult. Like the 5-way switch is probably maybe a little more convenient, but it's not too bad.
It looks really nice. That guitar.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And then I created. Let me show you. Screen share. Oh, there it is. Hang on.
Does this line 6 monkey take forever?
I don't know. Depends on your internet. Okay, so I created. Let's see. Present to everyone.
Oh wow.
I created these down here. Basically, hold on. Basically, Gibson came out with a model of guitar called the BFG. I think it stood for Barely Finished Gibson. But one of the features about it was that it had a humbucker and a P90, and that middle tone that when you split the two, barely finished guitar. That's what Brock says. And I like those guitars, but I did love the pickup orientation, and with this Workbench, I was able to kind of recreate those tones, and in the I got a Peter Green mod. So I got a Peter Green mod with a P90 and a humbucker, and then I got a Peter Green mod with humbucker and a humbucker.
Wow.
So what's cool is you can get that Peter Green kind of tone. So it's kind of, I call this my Gary Moore BFG, because Gary Moore had a BFG model, and I almost bought it one time, but it escaped me.
Not from Gary, I assume.
No.
Where did you raise the level of the pickups?
Yeah.
What?
Where did you raise the level of the pickups you were telling me about?
Oh, yeah, where I raised it is right in preset volume. I raised it by 1.6 dB instead of 0.
All right, for everything, or everything's different?
On these pickup models right here. If I went to say and I created a Hendrix model. That's another model I created. And see, the thing about the Hendrix model is he flipped a guitar over. Well, a standard model actually has a different slant on the back pickup. So I reversed
the other way. It's the
Yeah,
opposite.
yeah, I've got it reversed. But I also raise the volume on these as well. So I think if you just go up to about 1.6 dB, that should level out with your pickups.
Where did you raise that? Same preset volume.
In preset volume, yeah.
Okay, so you would match the model to the mags.
Yes, right. So
Yeah.
so switch back and forth until you get the volume where you want it, and I think you'll have a better success with your tone.
Hmm.
While waiting for this thing to boot up, should I have this plugged in?
Yeah, it needs to be plugged in to the network adapter that goes to the USB
Right.
network adapter, and
Yeah.
and you also need to have a patch cable. Hold on, let me stop. Let me show you. In
I
order
got
for
two of them.
you need to have both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I got two of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Which guitar is that? Oh, that's the standard.
Yeah, this is the new one with the 4 knobs right here.
Hmm.
Because the other one looks too much like a plastic toy to me, and I like this one. I like Yamaha Pacificas. They play well.
That looks more like a real guitar because it hasn't got the controls on the top.
Yeah. But I like it.
Nice finish too.
Yeah.
I like Chad's because I like the humbuckers, but I guess I can just recreate that in Workbench anyway, right?
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah. I like the humbuckers as well. One of the things I want to change is I don't like the cream, so I'm gonna put these chrome rings in there.
Nice.
Not that really matters. It's kind of silly, but whatever.
You know what I find on mine when I drop the tuning a tone and I play, I know I'm going to hear the natural string, but I don't have a problem with any of them apart from the high E string. That one really clashes in my ear. You know,
But if you play loud enough, it drowns it out.
but if you don't play loud enough, the other strings don't bother me. It must be. Is it my guitar or is it just the frequency of that note?
It's probably the frequency of that note that hits your ear.
Hey, Chad.
Yes.
Can we hear it for a little bit? I want to hear like how it sounds like on a single coil and stuff like that.
They need to make the body like this, Chad, or finish like this. That would be awesome.
Oh yeah, that would be. That's nice. That's beautiful. You can now. I can give you my mailing address, and you can just send that to me.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh, I know. I'll trade you that strap behind you.
Huh?
No. Come on.
Yeah.
I've got the Variax.
Hold on. So let me.
I'm a very snob now.
So yeah, now I don't know how well it'll come through, but yeah, I'll try and play. I'm gonna just put. What I'm gonna attempt to do here is not have any models. So I'm not gonna use any amp models. I'm literally gonna give the raw tone, but I'm gonna boost it so you can hear it. So I'll put a volume boost. Gain. So I gotta see, get out of here.
Chad, you know that acoustic patch that guy made for sale? What's his name? Oliver or Thibodeau?
Yeah.
Have you got that yet?
Which one?
It's the acoustic simulator patch.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, have you played with it yet?
Yeah.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is. So
Barry actually doesn't need it anymore.
But it just enhances what it's got on there already.
Oh, you use it with the Variax acoustic?
Oh yeah,
sound?
with the acoustic sound, it's mind blowing. It's really nice.
Yeah. Chris has to go now.
okay, Chris. See you, Chris. Okay. There we go.
So what do they run, Chad? Are they the same price?
What?
Strat models?
What?
Your Variax.
Yeah, same price.
Now, is that the original one, or did they remake that model too?
No, I think this is an original JTV.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hey, Michael.
Somebody call my name?
Yeah, I did. I was gonna say that guitar, that Variax you had. I was gonna get one. Somebody here in town has one for sale for $550. Is it worth it?
Yeah, absolutely. I just sold my Vox AC30 and a Royer microphone to get all this stuff. I mean, yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Stop it, you're making me get money, no, than like mine.
That's what?
Ah.
Don't you hate when that happens?
Yeah, it's a good thing I have tons of picks. Oh, tune it before I scare everybody.
Now, are there Grovers on that or just regular tuners?
I think they're just regular tuners, but I think they're pretty high quality.
Probably Goto.
I think they are Goto.
Which one is that one, Aaron?
That's the 69.
Oh, that's the original one.
I got this. This was like $600, and they did that crazy deal on Musician's Friend.
Okay, that's a Strat model.
Yeah.
Mr. Garrett.
That's pickup number
Hello, Governor.
1. So that's the neck. That's the bridge pickup. No, that wasn't. Sorry. There we go. See, it's quieter.
Wait a second, I'll be right back.
This is number 2 position. And then here's middle. Now, mind you, this is just dry. No amplified. I mean, it's just going straight into the Helix, and it's just got a volume boost so you can hear it.
Hey, Chad.
Yeah.
Does it have the out of phase Peter Green type code?
I programmed it. So let me show you that one really quick. I've got one right here. Right here. Hang on. Yeah. You got that quack going. Can you hear that quack?
Yeah, I hear it. I got that mod actually put into my SG because I love Peter Green, so I got a little mini switch so I can go out of phase whenever I need it.
Yeah. So this will do that. So and that's what I was showing with my Peter Green mod on there. And then I can go P90 humbucker Peter Green. A little more punchy. So
I wonder how much realer like the P90 one, does that really sound like a P90? I mean, is there a way to test them back and forth if you don't have a guitar that has a P90 or something?
I on the wall, as you can see right there, P90s.
Oh yeah, I see it now. Yeah.
Yeah, and I tested them, and they sound P90.
It does really sound like that, Dave?
Yeah, and I tested my Strat, and the Strat pickups, once they're leveled, it sounds like my Strat. And then I tested it with the humbuckers in here, and it sounded like those. Maybe a little different flavor, but basically the same. And I tested it up against my others, and those are hotter and so I made a model of Potter pickup,
Upstairs.
and they sound good. And so I know that like if I go to the semi-hollows, you definitely get the woody nature. You know, these are modeled tones, but listen to the. I mean, I don't know if you can get that kind of punch, but they're very punchy. So
I wonder if I got that one that Michael has, which is the standard or whatever. Can I still use Workbench HD and get all that stuff?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And what's cool about Workbench HD, I'll show you. Let me go in there and I'll show you real quick. Let's see. Let's find the T model. See, present to everyone. Hang on. So if I go to say this model right here, you can take and move these around where you couldn't do this on a model on a regular guitar. You couldn't put your pickup clear up there.
Yeah, which would give you more of a bassier tone if you did that. Yeah.
Well, it would probably give you almost like a harpy, like kind of tones. Like if you strum up here, you get more of a harpy tone, and then if you strum back here, you're back in the back by the bridge, you get a sharper tone. But if you get in the middle, right about where that imaginary pickup is, you get a kind of a harp flavor or tone. So yeah, and then you can go like this with a pickup. You can put a pickup like that.
Can you actually put that neck pickup in the bridge and the bridge in the neck?
Yeah, no problem. And then you can go in here and you can change your tunings, and you can go in here and say instead of tone control, you can change out the resistance and the volume resistance, the taper. You can have audio taper or linear. You can change the tone shaping capacitors.
It sounds like I really need it. I should have got that guitar, like the one that Michael had, but I was so afraid of the build quality. Is the build quality and the feel really good?
Oh, this one right here. Hold on, let me stop this.
His neck is a lot thicker than the other one, but the Strat one's just as good.
Yeah. So this quality of this guitar is on par with the best guitars that I've owned.
Yep.
And it's just it's hard to explain, but it feels amazing. And I got a more expensive guitar sitting on the wall that I've been playing. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking away from it, but I can do everything with this one. So it's on the wall. I don't even put up my strap. I move my strap over here.
Hey Brooks.
Yeah.
Your Brock. I'm sorry. Your guitar, your SG plays as good as that. This one plays as good as that. My PRS plays as good as those as the Variax. I wouldn't have one if it didn't. I would encourage you to get one if you could.
I've been thinking about it. It's a guy that in the local group has it for like it's been a week or so they've had it and nobody jumped on it yet. But I really love the idea of having different things that I can do.
Well, yeah. Then you got the tunings. So I want to go half step down. So I want to do baritone.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for different types of sounds. I have a single coil split inner and I have a out of phase thing, and I would do more to it if I had to. But if I had a guitar that I could do all that stuff with, I wouldn't have to worry about ruining my guitar.
Yeah. Well, like the one on the wall right here. You see, you might not be able to see really close, but if you look really close, right where my finger's pointing, you'll see the knobs, but you'll see two switches. On here, I've got a treble bleed, and then I've got a tele mod, so it turns on those two pickups, or all three if I turn on the humbucker mod.
Oh,
So
wow.
that'll turn those into parallel. So,
Hey,
but yeah, I can do a lot. I can do a lot with this one, but this one is gonna be my go-to number one.
Chad, you know what that guitar reminds me of? It reminds me of a Godin. The body style looks like a
Yeah.
Godin.
It reminds. Yep.
Yeah.
I had a Godin. Yep.
Yeah,
Does.
you're right. It's got that big hump.
Like a porpoise head.
Now, let's say, okay, so let's say quality, the feel, the weight and stuff like that. Would you put it on par with a $1,000-some guitar? Or would you put it on par with like an Epiphone?
I would put it on par with a better than Epiphone.
Probably in between Epiphone and a real Gibson.
Yeah.
Okay, so like a Studio or something like that.
No, even better than the Studio.
That's pretty good then. What about the one that you got, Michael? What would you put that? Would that be like a Squire, Mexican Strat, or American Strat type thing?
Probably. I'd say it's probably a Mexican Strat.
Okay, I play Squires. I can rock those too and all that, but I like to have something.
I've got an ES339 over there, and I've got a Tele and two Strats, and I got a Super Strat, and I like this thing. I mean, that's why I'm selling my stuff, because I don't really need anything other than the Variax. To be honest with you, to do studio, to do the stuff you do.
Variax Les Paul, Variax Strat, and sell everything else.
Hey, Mike, how does the semi-hollow sound to your 335?
It sounds pretty darn close.
Yeah, if you raise the volume in the workbench, raise the volume like I suggested, it'd probably sound almost identical. But
Hey, Chad, I had a
question for you, Chad, real quick. It says Variax USB interface or Variax standard. What do I have?
You need to just be on the USB interface, I think.
On the connection part, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It says Variax USB interface. That's that cable they gave you, right?
No, that's the one you buy. It's very good.
That's a nice one.
Oh, that one? No, I'm talking about the USB thing that goes into the for the workbench. I have one of those.
But this is good for live.
Right, yeah. But I'm updating. I'm trying to get the workbench working, and it's saying Variax standard device with a Variax USB interface connection.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know. Okay.
Chad, I had a question real quick.
Yeah.
When you plug in, now we know the Helix over here, it has the plug-in for the Variax. What do you get any benefit of plugging a Variax into the Helix? Like, does it do more?
Yeah,
Oh
you
my
can change
gosh,
models and tunings and everything straight from pressing buttons.
Damn it, I keep hitting the wrong one. I keep hitting my camera thing instead of the microphone. But so you can do you can set things from your Variax. Like if you want to open D tuning, you can set that into a foot switch or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
Yeah. You can go like from acoustic to a soaring lead, back to an acoustic, back to a 12-string, then to just a mild just before breakup kind of tone. Yeah, you can have all those happen.
Anything you can dream of, you can do with this thing.
Like like when I change patches now, here I'm gonna change patch to one I just made after I save this. Hold on. Here it is, and so I literally just changed patches and it was doing that. So.
That's pretty cool. I think I might have to look into that. And Gary left because I think he felt left out because he said he's not a Variax user.
Oh well, he'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm not a Variax user yet either, but I love talking about it because it makes me want to go get one.
Go buy one now!
Hey, Chuck, you got $550?
Sure, here, let me write you a check.
Woohoo!
So,
which Variax is the one I have? What's that model? Not the standard, but the number model.
69?
US?
Probably not US.
Okay.
Hey, Chris is back. Hey.
Can you guys hear me?
Welcome back, Chris.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hey, first time with the iPhone, so I'm not sure. This is always a problem. When you're in your studio and a cat comes in, that's an issue.
Yeah, well, we have a solution for that.
It's called a dog.
There you go.
Hey, Chris, I just want to say you've always got a great smile.
Oh, thanks, man. Are you guys still talking Variaxes?
Oh, yeah.
Because this is what I got, JVT 89.
Uh-oh, he's metal.
Yeah,
he's metal.
With the
Hey.
Floyd Rose, my favorite thing in the world.
And we've got Gary in the house with his Variax. We're having good Variax times right now.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I'm glad I am so stoked about having this one. And frankly, now, does anybody know why the tobacco burst is more money? The cherry burst of this is $9.99 brand new, right? If you go to most musicians' friends and whatnot, but the tobacco burst was always 11.
Wow, maybe because it's what do you call it? Is it arch top a little bit?
Yes, it is. But the other one is too. The cherry burst is too.
Okay. I don't know.
And I don't know. I'm glad I got the tobacco burst.
How did you get that?
That looks nice.
How did I get it? I swapped some stuff.
Maybe because of the finish.
Yeah, it might be because of the finish. I don't know. I had the cherry burst, and it was just as nice. I don't know. I don't know the difference, but I do know. And you know, this has got an actual. I don't know if it's not. Does anybody know? Is this a veneer or is this actually? I know that this is actually a top. It's a 1/2-inch carved maple top, but is this a veneer? Is this a veneer?
I don't know. For that much money, I would think it'd be real.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was a veneer or if it was a photo finish.
But I don't think it's a photo finish. I'm pretty sure at the least it would be a veneer. But
Yeah, it's not photo finish.
So I find mine very bright. So should I just dial my master tone volume down, or should I change something in the models?
you can change something in the models. Now, what do you find bright about it? In the Strat model or all of them?
All of them, but particularly the Spank model on the bridge pickup is just very bright, and compared to the mag as well.
Okay. So what you could do is change. You can change the in the. Do you have the Workbench open? Okay. Do you have Workbench? Okay. So what you could do is you could change the different capacitors for the tone control. You could have the tone control set at a certain tone. You could roll the tone off. But yeah, I find I don't find mine extremely bright. I made a cool patch today. So now So what do you now, Gary? What model of Variax you have? Yeah.
Me? 69.
In the 69 JTV, right?
Yeah, JTV.
Now, how do you find the models compare? Because Aaron's having some troubles with the models.
He's got the humbuckers on his.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it's the 2 singles and then the.
Yes, but in general, how do you find? Do you find them a little bright, the models?
It's nothing I can't dial out, but I mean, to be honest, the Spank doesn't really quite sound like an actual Fender does. It sounds a little different.
So maybe I should tweak the Helix patch.
Yeah,
Should I use the tone on here? Should I do it on Workbench, or should I tweak it on the Helix?
Well, I would definitely play with Workbench a little bit to get your volumes up a little bit.
Right.
But as far as those models, and then I would use the Helix to sort out the tones that you want to get.
And instead of switching from a Strat to a Les Paul on Helix, I could just make a custom guitar with a Strat neck pickup and a Les Paul bridge pickup, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you absolutely can do that.
Maybe I'll make my own guitar, then that'd be cool.
Yeah, you can make your own guitar, really.
Yeah, and then Gary. Now I was trying to play with the settings of changing the body. Like, do you find that going to like the Firebird design, do you think it changes the tone a little bit? Like if you take and leave the pickups for your humbucker and you change it into a Firehawk body or a Fire.
You know, honestly, I don't really mess with it that much.
Oh, okay.
I mostly just play with the acoustic. You know, I like the 12-string and I like the Martin. So I usually
that patch, Chad.
Huh? Tell
him about that patch for his acoustic.
Freeman's acoustic patch.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like $15, I think.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well worth $15.
Is it necessary having even though I have the
it'll make the acoustic sounds more lush and big and open and beautiful.
Check it out. I'm actually pretty happy with the way it sounds now.
Freeman's patches, I felt the same way. I got his patches for my Axe effects, and I wasn't really in love with that before. But once I got that, matter of fact, it's in particular his acoustic patch for that, and I ran my Variax through that, I didn't think I'd ever find that sound again. I've never heard an acoustic guitar sound
Isn't it amazing?
until he made these patches.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and the thing is Freeman, he's working on a whole big set, and I have them. I think Chris has them too. We're helping him get these ready for prime time, and man, they're gorgeous. They're awesome. They're well worth the money that he's going to charge.
Yep.
They're hands down just some of the best patches I've heard.
What's really great about them is that you can take them apart and learn more about using the Helix that way too. That's really when I got them for the Axe effects, that's what made it so I understood how he built everything. It really helped me making my own sounds.
Hey, Chad.
Yeah.
Another question about the Variax. Can you add a pickup to your guitar? Like, say you've got 2 pickups on there, but when you go to Workbench, can you add another one there that's not even there?
Yes. Yeah, you can add a third, like you can have a Gibson with a third pickup.
Man, they thought of everything, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can move it around however you want too.
I got a question. The Workbench does not look anything like what the Workbench is supposed to look like. This thing looks like the old Tone Locker.
Oh, you need to get the HD Workbench. HD.
Okay.
Download. Yeah.
Is that on their page?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be there.
Yeah, it's there.
If you take the battery out, does it make it lighter?
Yeah.
Do what?
Which one do you have? The standard or is it JT?
ATV. If you take the battery out, does it make it lighter? Alright, you've inspired me. I'm going to play around with
A little bit. Yeah, if you take the battery out, it should take it a little bit, but you need the cable connected all the time.
I don't ever play with the battery. I always have it connected to the Helix.
But you need the battery in there if you're going to use Workbench, right?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it'll work without the battery as long as it's in the Helix.
Yes, the Helix. Not only will it work with the Helix, but that VDI cable will allow you to split the mag pickups and the models through a patch at the same time, and you can affect them differently.
Oh wow! See, I haven't gotten to that part yet.
Yeah, you can run them down separate chains.
Yep, it's awesome.
So you can throw like a 12-string acoustic in your left ear and maybe pan it about 75%.
Really?
Throw your electric on the right ear, put a little delay and chorus on it, and just kind of stereo out, you know?
Somebody made a patch for that, by the way.
I got to run.
I've made a dozen patches like that.
Oh, maybe it's yours. Maybe it's yours.
Everybody
you know
should share that on Custom Tone.
If you want to check out a nice one, there's an Epic wall patch that I put up. What it does is it takes the mags and the model, right?
Oh,
and it runs each one of those through stereo cab, so it's like having 4 speakers.
Wow.
Oh, I just saw
driven
that.
by being
What's
driven
it called
by
again?
both Epic Wall.
Epic Wall. Okay, I'll have to check that out.
What is it? What is it again?
Epic Wall.
No, I mean what is the patch?
Okay, so what it does is it takes the models and the mags on separate chains and runs both of them through like an Epic amp using split stereo cabs. So, but the panning on it is like the models go hard left and right, and then the mags go like kind of about 50%, 50%. So if you could imagine like 4 speakers kind of arranged evenly spaced. But it's being driven by both the mags and the model.
Nice.
It could probably use some tweaking because I just kind of put it together real quick, but I was like, okay, I want to burn my ears out.
Can somebody send me a link to that particular thing? Because I can't find it on here.
Just look under my name, Raspberry, R-A-S-P.
No. Yeah, the Workbench HD.
Oh, okay. I'll find it.
I don't know if you can link it because you have to choose the selector at the software prompt.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
But you can at least get him close.
Their page is slow for me.
Hey, Whip, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good.
I was feeling a little left out. Brought mine.
Oh, you got your 89.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, nice. He got his in red. I wanted that color, but this one was such a good deal I couldn't pass it up. Is yours a regular 89 or is it an 89F?
It's an F.
Yes.
Hold it up again. Let me see, Whip.
It's an F.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
Whip,
nice.
how cool is it to dive bomb an acoustic guitar?
You know what's funny? I have a guitar synthesizer. I could dive bomb a saxophone.
Oh, you know what? Hey, are you searching for Windows 10?
Me? No, I'm on a Mac.
Oh.
Windows.
Because I just searched for it on Windows 10 and didn't find anything. Why is my Workbench not showing up?
Hey, guys, I got to take off. We're going to practice here in a few minutes. It's been great talking to you.
Okay. See you later.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
My workbench thing doesn't come up at like the workbench at all.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not even finding it.
Let's do a search here. Line 6 workbench.
Okay, wait. Okay, so wait. Hey, clear the products thing.
Yeah.
Clear the OS thing. Just put on Workbench HD.
Oh, in here. Oh, crap. I clear the products, you said?
Yep. And just put up to all OS.
Oh,
just
I see.
Workbench HD.
I got you. A beta or archived?
No beta.
Just regular.
Oh, okay. That's right.
It's the first one. Came out on 2/18/15.
All right, cool. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, they made that one hard to find.
No. I forgot the newer ones. You don't put any beta or archived. I keep forgetting about that. Yeah, I can't wait till I start being able to understand how this cable works in conjunction with the Helix. That's just going to blow my mind totally. So I'm not going to ask any questions, but that is cool that you can do that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing you might want to consider. Like if you know that you specifically want a particular model, right, and you also want to use the mags at the same time,
yeah,
you can lock the selector switch, right?
Really?
Yeah, in the patch in Helix, because if you say you want to change your selection for your magnetic pickup in that same patch, it will also change the model at the same time too, unless you lock it out. So if you want it to stay like on a 12-string acoustic, right? So you lock the selector switch. That way you can switch between.
Physically locking it?
No. In the Helix patch itself.
Oh,
you can say ignore the. Yeah, you can tell it to ignore that, so that it won't change the model. So you can go from a humbucker to a single coil, or whatever happens to be in your mags that you want to change, and still keep your acoustic model the same.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because if you don't do that, when you switch it, like if you don't do that, when you switch it, it'll change the acoustic model or whatever happens to be the model.
Right. Now, what's the advantage of yours over mine? Why do you have that knob up here and I have mine down here? What's the difference?
He's got a JTV and you have the standard.
Oh, I see.
The standard
this is the alt tunings
are newer.
Oh, okay.
This is the alt tunings knob.
Gotcha.
Did they do it more like a post type knob down there or something?
Yeah, it's.
Ah, okay, yeah.
It almost looks like a Rickenbacker kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
Now, it's easy to impress me with gadgets, but this thing has gone way beyond that for me. Brock, I'm telling you, dude, if you can get one, get your hands on one. You will not regret it.
I'm still thinking about it. If the guy still has it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm not a performing artist. I don't play out at all. I just play in my house. But I play online. I do online shows, and the ability to have this be an acoustic, and with the kick of the button, switch it to the electric without having to set down one guitar, pick it up. Because I do like live looping stuff over the internet. So, and just to be able to, to do that is just, it's so much easier.
How do you do that on the internet?
Well, I have a. Have you ever heard of a game called Second Life? It's basically it's kind of like The Sims Online, only with like real people that you can talk to, and there's a pretty broad community there actually. And basically, you make a little avatar guy, and you go in. And,
kind of like quests, stuff like that.
Yeah, sort of like that, but there's no actual there's not a lot of go around killing monsters things. It's more of a social place.
Yeah.
And so people go there, and there's actually quite a few musicians that you book. Someone will ask you, if they like you to play, and they'll give you money sometimes to come and play for about basically an hour. People play for like an hour.
Virtual busking.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, and you could do that too. You can just find a spot where there's like hubs where people come, and you could either do it. Well, there's a couple of ways you could do it. You could do it. They have like voice chat, But what I do is I rent a stream server, so I can connect to that stream server. And anybody who has my stream, Chad, you've probably seen me post it every month or so, like, oh, I'm doing a show. And if you click on that link and you have like a media player, Windows Media Player, or iTunes, or on your phone, there's an app that you can. If you click on it, you can actually listen to me. It's basically like it's basically my own internet radio station, but it's only on when I broadcast.
You send me a link so I can get hooked up to that, because I think that'd be kind of cool to do.
Yeah. Well, what level do you want to go to? I mean, like, do you want to get in that game and start like making connections and have people?
I don't know.
Yeah, so, I can show you where it is.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's also.
This thing is not working. I'm getting aggravated. I don't understand this.
I don't know. That was
weird. Workbench. Ah, here we go. Okay.
So wait. Do you have the little plastic connector?
Yeah, but I came with it.
Okay. Like the box one.
Yeah, he's just trying to get the software set up.
Yeah, I've used it before. I just have a different computer right now. I'm not using my Mac.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now, Chad, how do I get that patch that you sent me to do into this?
You just double click on it; it'll open.
Really?
Yeah, but make sure you're in the turn your knob to custom 2.
Custom. Oh, okay.
Turn to custom 2, and then double click on that. It should look like the workbench icon.
Right. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, just double click on it.
Okay, I'm waiting for this to download for an update. So, but yeah. No, when I first got this thing, I made up a Zeppelin when the levee breaks patch. I made up a banjo patch, and I made up an open F tuning, and I saved those. And yeah, the banjo patch sounds really weird with distortion on it. It really does. It's like Slayer does Deliverance or something like that, you know?
Yeah. Hey, do you find that with the sitar you have to kind of turn the volume down a little bit?
You know, I haven't messed with the sitar yet.
Yeah, it kind of like it kind of that high end kind of overdrives. Anything I do, I have to roll back the volume on it. Yeah.
And that's in the resonator one, right?
Yeah, I think it's like the second or third one up.
That sitar thing has sort of like a verb in it too, or something.
That's wild. Let the sun shine in.
Yeah, or some painted black.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, somebody said something. I didn't hear what you said.
Whip, did you say something?
I think he's frozen.
No, that's just Whip.
He's just not moving.
Are you okay, Whip?
I think he's got a slow internet connection.
Somebody call 911. Now that I realize I have that sitar thing, I can do some crazy things with that in the Evo.
Well, there was a demo on the HD 500, I think, that Sean Healy was showing how he'd set up a sitar to be like a fifth up or whatever, and then using the mags at the same time.
Oh wow!
Dual tones, yeah.
All right, so I got Gary Moore's thing in here, and then okay, it comes up all okay.
Now you have to send it there.
Then you have to what?
Yeah, send it to your Variax.
Upload to Variax?
Yeah.
Okay, uploading.
Oh, you can upload Helix? I mean, Variax settings?
Yeah. Yeah. So I made a Peter Green Gary Moore type of guitar with P90.
Wow. I really didn't mess with the Workbench. I think I plugged it in once, and then I haven't touched it since then.
This is very cool.
Although, you know what, I think I made a custom guitar where I shut off a couple of the strings, and every now and then I'll find a patch that someone has put in, and I'm like trying to make it, and I'm like, why doesn't it make any noise?
So you're talking about the one with the where you can detune the stuff on here?
You could set the volume to 0, shut off a string.
Yeah, yeah. And the parallel pitches, that's for 12 strings, right?
Yeah, that's the parallels.
But that patch that guy made was amazing. You know, I'm telling you.
Well, another fun one is to set like the bottom 2 strings an octave down.
Yeah.
So what you can do is you can run the mags as a full guitar, and just the bottom 2 strings be like your bass.
Oh wow.
Through a separate chain.
Oh, that's really cool. Now, can you do 6 different changes because of 6 different strings?
Yeah.
I mean, for like do anything really.
Yeah, you can set the strings to be whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, like on a banjo, it's a different tuning, and it I don't know how it got that sound. But... Or maybe there is a banjo pitch in here already, is there?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, so I did that for nothing then. Well, so how would I save this Gary Moore one? I could go to model on the other one and then press both of them in?
No, you just have to highlight all of them and send and upload them.
Oh, okay, but how would it know on here, like my first 3 positions are already taken?
You're on the custom?
Yeah, custom 2.
Well, yeah, you'd have to blow those out.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or move it, right? You can move it.
It takes up 5 spaces, right?
You could do it in custom 1 if you wanted.
Yeah, let me do that, because it takes up 5 spaces, right?
Yes.
And then 5-way switch, okay.
Right.
Alright, so... Oh, that's weird.
Highlight custom 1, double click, start one of the custom 1.
Wait a minute here, something happened.
What guitar does Whip has? What's that red one?
What's that?
It's an 89F.
Can I see what it looks like?
It's metal. It's metal. It's heavy metal. Now that's a Judas Priest guitar right there.
I like the looks of that one. It looks like does that have like the raised hump in the middle, like a Firebird type thing?
No,
Yeah.
it's recessed. The opposite, isn't it?
No, it's raised.
Speaking of Judas Priest, did you guys catch Baby Metal?
Who?
Baby Metal
Raised right
with
here.
Rob Halford a couple weeks ago. It was Rob Halford came out and did a couple of songs with the Have you ever heard of a Japanese band called Baby Metal?
No.
I've heard of them. They're like, what is it, 3 girls or something like that?
Yeah, they're like 3 teenage pop stars, but they front like this total heavy metal band. It's actually pretty good. The music's tight. But yeah, they were doing some alternative music awards or something like that, and Rob Halford came out and sang with them.
Haha.
That's cool.
All right, now you said to highlight all of them.
Yeah, highlight all of them.
How do you highlight all of them at the same time without the thing going blank?
Yeah, hit click on the custom 1 logo.
Where's that at?
It's right above where it says custom 1. Click on it.
But on my guitar?
No. On the HD
custom
Workbench.
1. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Custom 1.
And then now double click on the
Patch.
on the patch.
Okay. It acts like I want to rename it.
No. You just highlight it. You don't try and rename it. Just
No, I highlighted it once.
highlight it once, and then go to the desktop where you've got that downloaded patch and double click on it.
Okay. Oh, so okay, in custom 1 you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so I can I see what you're saying. Now ta-da! But it didn't change it. So
No, you have to literally like double click on the first guitar that's in custom 1.
Okay.
And now just click on the custom 1 banner. and then go out to your desktop where you got the Gary
Right.
Moore BFG and double-click on that. Double-click on that.
Okay, I did. Oh, cool.
Yeah, now they've all turned red, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so click on that custom one again, and then hit upload to Variax.
Okay, so all of them are highlighted then.
Yes.
Upload to Variax. Cool. See, this amazes me. It's like I get
You just shared guitars.
I get geeked out over stuff like this. I really do. But it's funny because of this stuff I have now with the Line 6 stuff, I feel really good about sitting down and learning tunes. I learned 5 Zeppelin tunes this weekend, or in the last couple days, and it's inspiring me to play again.
Nice.
Which is, to me, it's worth all the money in the world that I spent on this stuff.
Hey, if it gets you playing, that's what matters.
Yeah, and not just sitting here farting around either.
That's what I like to do. I just like to do videos, so I think if I got the Variax, it could give me more range and do more stuff on a video.
Heck yeah, with the videos you've been doing, man, that would help you out a whole lot. That last one you did with that, I don't even know what it was, but the last one you did with your SG, you had a hellacious tone. I don't know what you were doing, but you had a great tone.
Which one was it? Somebody's phone's ringing.
Phone was ringing. Oh my God.
It's the ex-wife. I'm not here. Oh, it's Chad. Sorry.
Whoops.
Oh, sorry.
Whoops. Whoopsie.
Did I say that? What was that thing? Who was that guy? Urkel. Remember Urkel? Did I do that?
Yeah. I never really watched that show.
It was kind of corny. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Alright, so now this should sound like Gary Moore.
Which one is that? That sounds pretty good. Which one is that?
That's the one Chad sent me earlier.
Hey, Michael, do some of those Led Zeppelin things that you've been learning.
I've just been, what was it, the, you know, the, Dire Maker or whatever. I've been working on a bunch of them this week. This one here, what is this, Lemon Song?
Man, I want to break out the drums.
What's that?
I like that one. Yeah, that's one of my favorite Led Zeppelins on there.
I started learning, what's this one that goes?
I know, but I suck at the names. I remember.
I just bought all of Zeppelin's albums this past week for the very first time.
Really?
I'm really getting into Zeppelin. I mean, I was into, I liked the songs I heard on the radio, but now I'm just starting to become a Led Zeppelin freak.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Very good stuff.
I learned how to solo a lot from just listening to Jimmy Page.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the older days, I learned from a lot of people, but I love, in a way, he's really sloppy if you listen to it, but he has something
Very
that...
sloppy, yep.
There's
Yeah,
something
he's
that
very sloppy.
a lot of people just don't do that, you know?
You know that band Train?
Who is it?
The band Train.
Oh, yeah, I know them, yeah.
They just came out with they redid Zeppelin 2. They came out with an album of the whole thing is Zeppelin 2, and it is so freaking close. It's unreal.
There was an album came out in the mid '90s called Incosium, I think, like something like that. It was all a bunch of like the top bands at the time in the '90s doing covers.
Yeah, well, they did one for Rush, they did one for Kiss, they did one for Zeppelin, and yeah. Great White did a really great Zeppelin back in the '90s. That was pretty cool.
I can't believe that Train would do. I mean, I can't hear that in my head that they would do something like that.
Oh yeah, have you ever heard their version of Ramble On? It's scary.
I don't think I have. I never really paid too much attention to Train because
I never did either until I heard this album. I saw him do it on Jimmy Kimmel a couple weeks ago. Chad, you got friends over. Come on.
And Comium. E-N-C-O-M.
Julio.
It's got Four Non-Blondes, Hootie and the Blowfish, Sheryl Crow. Actually, Sheryl Crow doing Do You Maker.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Stone Temple Pilots doing Dancing Days.
Wow. Now, what's the album called? Encomium? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm going to go download that right now. I forgot about that. I love cover versions of really good, like professional bands doing other people's tunes. It's almost as good as a live album,
Yeah.
Almost.
I like hearing other people's takes on stuff.
I also was working on this one, too, if I can remember. I forget now. What was it?
The Ocean.
Oh! Gotta do that part.
I'm back. Yay.
Hey, you know what? Hey, watch Song Remains the Same, the movie.
Oh, I know. Isn't it great?
So what do you think? What do you think about the Peter Green?
Dude, that is awesome. It's great.
They're hot.
Yeah, it's
nice. Hey, Gary.
Yeah.
I turned the lock on. I turned the lock on the in my Helix for pickup select tone. Pickup select. It's not locking it at all.
It should.
I got unlocked. Volume knob.
Did you save the patch?
Yeah, I saved the patch. So if I save the so I turn it to pickup select.
Wait, is that locked or unlocked?
Oh, that's working. Oh, you can still change models though.
No, you shouldn't.
No, you can change models. I can change the model.
So this change model on the Jimmy Page sound, that's supposed to be like that, right?
Yeah, I got it locked, but it's still changing models.
It should.
Oh, hey Raspberry, you want to hear that acoustic sound? You got to hear this. This is amazing. All right. Uh-oh. What happened?
Alright, I gotta switch headphones here.
That's bizarre. Why does it do that? Oh, so I guess in order to change to other sounds, I gotta undo this thing. another piece of the puzzle.
Test, test. 1, 2. Can you hear me?
Huh?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. You still here? Okay.
Yeah.
What is it? That's bizarre.
Alright.
Can I ask? Oh, never mind. Never mind. Here's that acoustic sound with this patch. I don't know if you can hear this. I know. Sorry, dog. Didn't mean to disturb you.
No, she can't hear you. She's just outside. She's mad I won't let her in.
That's right. You're the guy with the blue microphone. That's right.
What did I miss? I'm back.
Alright, so now that patch is locked in here forever, right, Chad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, Gary told me that you can actually hook up, like I could hook up my GR55 to this and control it with the Helix.
Yeah.
I mean, I could change patches on the 55 from the Helix.
You should be able to.
Along with the guitar and the guitar synth if I put the synthesizer on here.
Yeah.
There's no end
Chad?
to this?
Yes.
So under the input block,
Yes.
on the second page, the 5th knob, preset Variax lock control.
Yes.
You have that set to pick up select.
I actually have it set to tone. Oh, hold on. I'll answer him.
No, you're not here.
I have it set to volume, tone, and pickup select, but I found the bug. Gary. So,
Okay.
So the bug is I'm going to save it. I'm going to save the patch. Okay, so now I'm right there. Hold on. I need to go out of it and back in. Okay, look at, so it's not changing, right? It's not changing with pickup selects, but now when I spin to change model and then go back, so I change model to Rezo and then back to acoustic. Now,
Model maybe.
Yeah, model. So now it's no longer locked.
Okay.
So as long as you don't change the model, you're right. It does lock it out.
Yeah. I was more concerned with like the selection of the pickup, because when you're using the magnetics, like to go from your humbucker to, like, say, your neck, if you wanted to change and still keep your guitar the same, you know?
Right. Yeah. Okay. So that does work, but once you switch models, you break out of that lock.
Oh, does it lock? It breaks the selector knob too?
Yes.
Rock, we ought to do some online jamming sometime.
It's not good enough quality.
There's ways to do it, but not real time.
I know. Well, actually, Jam Kazan.
Yeah. But there's another way you can do it. This is actually how some friends of mine and I do this. We do like a daisy chain. Okay. So one guy will play, and the other guy picks up his stream and adds to it. Now, the first guy can't hear what the other people are adding, but everyone down the chain can hear it.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of, we've actually had like 6 people basically doing a virtual band at one time. And now the end user, when they pick up the final stream, they just hear everything all together.
It probably sounds like a mess, doesn't it?
No, not at all. Because everybody is playing to what they hear.
Oh, yeah, yeah, because of the delay, latency.
So by the time it gets to the last person, they've already got a full mix.
Is that because of latency?
Yeah.
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 Internet latency. There are some out there. The best that they've gotten is about, I think, 30 or 60 milliseconds. There's some pieces of hardware that go into the network, and they hook up. It's a way to collaborate online, but I can't play with a 30-second, a 30 millisecond lag.
It's too much. Yeah, it's too much to do real time. But like I said, if you're doing daisy chaining, you can do it. It's okay.
Jamkazam does come close from what I understand, but I don't know.
Yeah, there's another one too that does. They basically tell everybody you're about 20 milliseconds off, right? Or so they have a clock, and everybody is just kind of playing on their own to their own clock, and it's I don't know, it's not usable. And you would think that we can do high def video real time Skype.
So if I did this, you'd hear this 20 seconds later.
Well, not 20 seconds, but. Yeah, so I mean, it's a matter of can you play with that latency. A lot of times, what you end up doing is you start like anticipating.
Right.
You know, so and again, it's kind of, you know, are you playing to play together or are you playing to do a show for somebody else? You know.
No, I was just seeing how it worked just now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't sound too bad.
By yourself, it doesn't matter really.
Well, again, yeah, like I said, if it's just a couple of guys sitting around jamming, you could do it over Skype, and you don't need to be high quality. There's a little bit of lag, but it's not too bad.
FaceTime is a little bit better, but not much.
Yeah, but the quality it's just not good enough. Because when I do my streams over the is it me or is like the echo on this really really bad?
There's some echo. That is a nice.
It's a little better. All right. Well, it's weird because I know that like. I'll save recordings of what I do, and in my ears I hear so much reverb, but when I listen back to the recording, it's just not as bad as it sounds in my ears. So I don't know, if you were listening in headphones, you could hear that the electric is on the right and the 12 strings on the left.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I gotta call it a night. So. Thanks for showing up. There was a lot of information. In fact, it was nice having Arnie, who used to work with Line 6 in here, and he worked on the Firehawk 1500. So, Mike, you should rewatch some of it. There's a lot of information about the Firehawk that's in there. So.
Hey, Chad's kid.
Yeah. So, any rate, have a wonderful evening.
It can't be done yet.
I know, it's sad. You guys can continue, actually. You can continue if I drop out. So, feel free. I'm going to stop the broadcast, and then you guys can continue chatting and.
The after show party begins now.